Welcome to the newspaper review program right here on Newsbuster NJTV Nigeria. Of course, we are right here in Lagos State where things are beginning to turn up for the festive season. You would agree with me that in another, I'll say like 4 days' time, we will be eating the Christmas chicken. And of course, we'll be eating Christmas rice. I don't know if you'll be eating beans in your house, but then we thank God for life and thank God for everything that comes with it. My name is Olayinka Olatunji saying many thanks for being a part of the program this morning. Of course, I am not alone. I'm always with my partner in progress. Yes, you're wondering who the Father Christmas is going to
Oh
be.
my God, you're
You know, the next
always being
thing
very, very funny.
the next thing you're going to do is just wear your white beard
Definitely,
and
definitely.
have it
You
all covered up
honestly,
and
you get it right. You know, we are in the season now, and we are in the mood. Seeing the way everything's happier now in Lagos, Hamatan is everywhere, so you just have to tidy up yourself and buckle up. Yes, it's another beautiful morning here within the city of Lagos, here in Nigeria. Join us as we unfold today's newspaper's headline as we bring it to you at your fingertips. Please relax yourself and enjoy. Follow us.
all right, so looking at the Vanguard newspaper this morning and talking about the news making their ways to the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Bandits kill 28 in Kaduna security personnel. Terrorists killed in Zamfara ambush. You can find that on page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper.
Yes, in front of us this morning we have New Telegraph, the Punch newspaper, Guardian, Tribune, and Vanguard. Yes, let's begin the newspaper review as kick on news. New Telegraph this morning. Vote buying will block government account early January. NFIU. Who is NFIU? Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit.
And of course, you would remember that sometimes yesterday something happened, but Okupe gets 2 year jail term for money laundering. But as at this morning, I heard he has paid for, the bail, and he's no longer going to stay in prison. This is the same country where people are charged for stealing money, and part of the money is what they still use to settle themselves out of prison.
Obviously, I think that's one of the reasons why it was being expelled and suspended, being the spokesperson for Labour Party.
Party.
I think that's a good example of the kind of leader and people that will want to them to govern us in this country. At least I believe because everybody were a little bit scared when we heard about the incident of Okupe was being suspended as the spokesperson of Labour Party, unknowingly that not until when everything was being revealed
Yeah, I
to
think
everyone.
they've been on the case since 2019
Wow,
or
wow,
thereabouts.
wow,
Yes, since
wow.
2019. And Nigerian court cases tend to want to extend, we want to adjourn, we want more facts and figures and all. But Peter Obi is saying that this current situation is not going to demoralize him because forward ever and it's backward
Backward
never.
never. Moving ahead, federal government approved 1.3 billion for SACCO workers outstanding rights.
Hmm.
Details can be found on page 26 of New Telegraph this morning.
And government is out to ruin 2023 polls by choking opposition, says IPAC.
FG will not abandon Chibok girls. Lee Sirabu. Details on page 5, New Telegraph.
And this verification progressive governors canvass legislative framework. You will find that on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper.
Alleged terrorism. Court refuses DSS application to detain CBN governor. Page 3 and 6 of New Telegraph. Details of the story.
And we don't get tired of having strikes action right here in Nigeria. Another sector, the maritime, the workers are threatening to shut down the nation's port if they are not given a hearing ear.
Now to politics 2023. Fayose loyalists reject PDP presidential campaign nomination. 26 of New Telegraph newspaper.
You want to know where to go to in Lagos State as the Utah season is on right now? Greater Lagos Fiesta to entertain Lagosians, says Lagos State government.
80th birthday. My wish for quiet birthday denied my staff. Buhari.
Hmm. And the court has rejected the DSS bid to arrest and detain Emefiele.
Infrastructure. drive bank.
Alleged killing of 100 Northerners in Southeast is alive from the pit of hell, says Ohaneze Ndibo.
And not to guide down newspaper, electricity. APC failed on 4,000 megawatts promise. Ration for 4,000 megawatts.
All right, talking about promises and failures, and this government is actually going to feed off. Maybe say like another government is coming in March. Is it March or May?
I think that should be May.
In May,
Yeah.
and we keep talking about the failed promises and all. And I feel like what I am most concerned with is the unemployment rate in Nigeria as it stands.
But
It is. I feel like some of our incoming, presidential aspirants should hit the nail more on how Nigerian youths, both past and present, can get jobs and get busy. Japa is now everywhere, and everyone wants to Japa.
I believe the time is come now.
Easy.
Embassy will start
Some
denying
Nigerians-
Nigerians.
Some Nigerians are actually stranded at the Sahara Desert as we speak.
Yeah.
You want to go out of Nigeria, and you're not taking the let me say the proper route. Some people want to go through the desert, some want to go through water, and at the end of the day, you end up losing your life just because you want to Japa. You don't even know what you're going to meet where you're going to. It's like
That's
you're
serious.
starting from the scratch.
That's serious. Honestly, this caption is even taking. It's a little bit controversial and a little bit somehow. Electricity. APC failed. 4,000 megawatts promise. Rations 4,000 megawatts.
Imagine.
And it's still the same
4,000,
APC
4,000.
agitating now to come in as another party that will lead us in the next 4 years, which we've undergo a previous almost getting to 8 years now under the same flag bearer of APC, leading us to where we are today.
Really brought us to this point where we are right now in Nigeria is the fact that we feel that PDP has been there for like 16 years and they didn't do anything. And APC is saying that, okay, 8 years is not enough for you to decide that, okay, we have tried, or we have done well, or we have not done well. If PDP can be there for 16 years and more, and there's really no change, and that was why they came with the slogan of change then in 2015.
And as a matter of fact, the rate, yes.
8 years is not an enough time, according to them, to fix what has been caused by the people.
You can imagine the rate of our debt now within the local and international, even in the World Bank, is beyond.
We are even begging for financial pardon. So, some of them.
Rising attack, vote buying threatens poll, INEC crisis power.
And of course, marketers seek subsidy on diesel to lower petrol price.
Now to punch, Naira redesign will affect poor Nigerians SME women bank.
And of course, talking Naira redesigning, we saw a picture some days ago where some people were actually handling the new Naira notes. And you'll be like, what's going on? New Naira notes. And we have so many counterfeit now in circulation. Some people even have to bring the original. I'm yet to see the notes, bro.
Yes.
I have not seen
Likewise myself. But based on the information gathered and what we've had so far in the news yesterday, I think it's anything out of meeting the governor to know how to reamend and make another new policy to suit the interest of the masses, looking at the daily transaction that will be on the ATM, cash withdrawal and deposit as we step forward and look forward to the general election.
All right, looking at the Nigerian Tribune this morning, this has a lot of headlines in or on the front page. Elections can't hold in 40 local government in 2023. Poll is serious danger, says Falan.
And now to Punch newspaper. Protest as Lagos policemen enforcing ban, killing motorcyclists.
And another protest is broken the airways in Abuja as protesters mock Abuja over alleged plan charge Emefiele with terrorism.
Air Force battles and for terrorists, 50 bandits, soldier killed. Details can be found on page 4 and 5 Punch newspaper this morning.
As we have powers to probe state finance, EFCC insists tackles are paperback.
FG begins 11 power project, plan 350 megawatts of generation. Details can be found on page 19.
And page 28 of the Nigerian newspaper, Nigerian Tribune newspaper, is saying Tinubu meets organized labor, task on crude oil, still as subsidy in ASU of other matters.
Electoral body plans supplementary budget to replace destroyed building equipment. Orders. IG, EFCC, boss wants political against inducement. Survey puts 33 states on vote by watch list.
And the PDP is telling APC that they ought to apologize to Nigerians for inflicting hardship on the public.
FG plans 2.4 billion rehab centers for repentant terrorists nationwide.
And Twitter negotiated with us, says federal government. You can find that on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune paper.
Employing school age children should be illegal. US Deputy Undersecretary.
All right, over 100 fear killed in Zamfara, Kaduna. You can find that on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning.
All right, now back to vote buying. Will block government account early January, NFIU. In a bid to curb vote buying in the next year general election, the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, NFIU, has said all government accounts will be blocked early January, leaving only money enough for payment of workers' salary and day-to-day activities running of ministry, departments, and agencies and MDAs. How do you see the statement?
I think it's a welcome development, but is it possible?
For NFIU
Yes.
to block all government accounts, government at all levels, being you state or federal,
Is it feasible?
nationwide?
I have not heard that before. I don't know. I don't think I've heard that before.
Peradventure, if this should come to play and come to pass, automatically Nigeria is going to be very well redeemed.
We keep hearing things like this, and at the end of the day, most of these stories are swept under the carpet. You know, somebody is blocking another person's mouth with money, and the intentions are not being, brought to light. So I'm really not excited about this.
And also, in collaboration with this, now we can see Independent National Electoral Commission, led by the chairman Yakub Mahmood, saying INEC will never compromise or in party with any politicians to sabotage the fate of this nation come 2023 election.
What they're even saying is that the BVAS electronic way of voting would not even allow, if somebody takes my PVC or your PVC now and he wants to use it during the election, it says it will not be possible with the BVAS, the electoral act that has been passed into law, that so you can keep buying, just keep buying. When the time comes for the election, you just see that I'm trying and it's not working.
Well, all depends. Till then, let's keep our fingers across and all hands should be on deck to ensure that at least to the best and for the at least for the way forward of we Nigerians, let's keep our fingers across to ensure that vote buying, both PVC sellers of cards and all of that should be totally eliminated in this country.
It should be, and if anybody is caught in that act, I feel they should be prosecuted immediately. All right, so going over to Rivers State right now, taking a break from Lagos State. Cholera outbreak, death toll rises to 21 to 51 in Cross River community. 51 deaths, cholera. This is much.
That's much.
It is much. It is much.
And if I might say, government are trying all they could do to ensure that at least the environment is so clean.
Maybe the personal hygiene, part is not so much. They have oil spillages and some other, refuse dump sites in that. I feel some weekend is trying. He's doing his bit, but I feel maybe his best is still not good enough, even though he's leaving the office very soon. I feel like it's a personal thing that we should charge ourselves. Always wash your
Because
hands when you use the
that story
toilet.
is not
You
palatable
know,
enough.
it is when you send children or people who are actually underage to go and be fishing, there are certain things that the river carry that you cannot just see with your ordinary eyes. And if we do not maintain our personal hygiene routines, this deaths or this cholera outbreak would just continue to spread, and we just pray that something is done about it as fast as possible.
All right, from page 6 of the New Telegraph this morning, the same election 2023, Ambode Lalong for Tinubu Shetima national engagement in Lagos. Details can be found on page 6, New Telegraph.
And voter inducements may undermine electorate choices, says INEC.
Police kill 12 bandits, kidnap kingpin in Bauchi.
240 million money laundering charge. Okupe pays 13 million conviction fine, avoids 2-year jail term.
Nurse arranged for injecting man 22 causing permanent disability.
All right, 40 fear dead as canoe capsizes in Kogi.
I will implement 35% affirmative action for women.
Thank you. Okay, I thought you were the one saying that. I'm like, okay, women.
Not me.
It's good. All right, so looking at the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, over 100 feared killed in Zamfara, Kaduna. You can find that on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper.
Still in politics, 2023, Southeast Group urge Atiku to stop ethnicism campaign.
Al-Bagudu wants INEC to strengthen electoral process. You can find that on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune paper.
NMPP, I'll take over reign of power in Kwara, Abdul.
Okay. I think we've had to launch on...
And also here, unrestricted borrowing will cripple Nigeria, says Gani Adams.
All right, our politicians unhappy with moves to block vote buying. That is on the Guardian newspaper this morning.
And also from here, New Telegraph stepping up to the fight against substances abuse. This has to do with health. There are some elements that you need to take and know the level of alcohol and know the level of things that you need to take, because recent year, if I may read this part, let me even read it now. Now, in recent time, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has intensified efforts towards the arrest and prosecution of persons suspected of substances abuse. This has helped prompt some addicts to have had a rethink so as to reassure that their part and those of NDLA not to do across. New Telegraph to NDLA for turning increased act on suspected traffickers and users of the hard drugs. This is to tell us that NDLA is absolutely trying within their capacity to ensure there is a limitation and, in fact, total eradication of drug abuse and level of alcohol intake that can affect our hormones and organs within this country. Because I could see what happened, the one Femi Babafemi posted on Sunday. Every week, it has now turned to a tradition at the NDLA that they will always give out a press release indicating from all the 6 geopolitical zones in this country that we always have some drug traffickers in this country. Why?
Anyway, some things cannot be eradicated totally, if you ask me, on my own opinion, because I feel like there are some people who has made the business their life means of livelihood. You understand? Sometimes survival level of a country actually depends on the kind of things the citizens do. When there's no job and somebody just brings you into a business that maybe when you just do for 3 hours, you see yourself going home with 2 million naira, who would reject and honey put into their mouth?
But don't forgetting the fact that NDLA of nowadays, under the leadership of Marwa, is not that you can't compare it to
yes,
the past.
they are trying, because even on our social media pages, we could see that There are no longer cases of, young boys running mad, or young girls running mad, or people running mentally, derailed on the street and stuff. I feel like they are trying, and I feel like even Nigerian youth are gradually sensitizing themselves, because everybody wants to just, be successful and don't want to run mad at the end of the day. I feel like the NDLEA is trying, but you would agree with me that to find the people who are actually these drug dealers, these drug barons, is where the main job is. When you stop the importing, sometimes you tell someone that, okay, I'm importing rice, and you don't even know that what is inside that container is actually drug. You understand? There are some people who know, let me use this word, the Appian way. They know the shortcuts to how to bring these things into the country. And even if they are not able to bring, have you forgotten that some of our youths know how to mix this and mix this together?
And let
to
me
get
also
what
seize
they
this
want?
opportunity to implore and urge the general public that NDLEA is all the corner. They have spies all over the world. They have, in fact, they have the informant. Talking at the local and international airport, they have the machine. Don't have it. In fact, always have it at the back of your mindset. If you are coming in into Nigeria or you are going out at the airport, don't even try it. Bringing hard substances along with you, because my brother, my
It
sister,
may just be the end of the road. It may just be the end of the
that
road.
machine will always cut you. Always have that mind. That machine, very sensitive, very, very sensitive. I repeat, very, very sensitive. Well, I believe a word is enough for the
No,
wise.
they tell person some people actually just need to chill out, in prison, so that their sanity can actually come back. But we are not wishing anybody such a fate, because if you've not been there, you don't know what happens in there. The best thing Yomi is saying is just be careful. What you know that you cannot explain, do not put your hand into it. A clear conscience, they say, fears no accusation. I think we should just move to the second half of
Yes, yes,
the
yes,
paper.
yes, 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 yes. And now to education. No, let me quickly rush down to Oshu. Oshu, brow over conversion of 44-year-old College of Varsity as Union 6 review of establishment law. That has to do with workers under working under Oshu State Polytechnic, Oscotech, and College of Technology in Laorogun, coupled with Oshu State University.
Mm.
I think this man was also trying now, and despite the fact that he just entered less than a month now, I believe we have reduced at least drastically the level of amount to be paid as a tuition fee from Manchester Polytechnic from 120,000 naira. He stepped it down back to 67,000 naira,
Mm.
and that's a great and huge
Development.
development in Osun State. And on this note, we say kudos to the newly governor-elect Ademola
Ademola
Adeleke.
Adeleke. Mm. Okay, so I think we should just look at the second half.
Yes, the second half is just that, we're talking of vote buying. NFI is saying they are going to shield federal government, state government accounts as we approach 2023 general election.
Mm.
And can that work?
Like I said earlier, I feel like before a nation would say that they are ready for a particular step, it has to be something that has been in the incubator for a long time. You can't just wake up one morning and say, okay, you want to implement a law, and you just find people following you. Look at what's happening to the CBN right now. The governor is, our transaction and our business life into, modern system where you have to do everything, cashless. Have you forgotten that a whole lot of people are not educated? Some don't know how to operate, what's it called, Android phones. How then do you do the transaction via when you don't even know how to do it? Another one is the phone hackers and people who actually get the information and wire your money, and you just see that you're pressing a code. There's nothing you can do. Sometimes when you want to implement the law, I feel like it should be like a thing. You can't just come right now and say that you are going to block government accounts in January. There are some measures that have already been put in place that would sort itself in February. You don't expect that politicians will just start by January. That's when they start telling people, okay, this is what you do. This no, 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 no. The assignments have been done.
Hmm.
I feel like these are the things that ought to have done to have do. You
Before the
know,
program,
what's this time? You can just come and say in January, you're going to free someone's account so that they don't have access, to the money they will use to buy votes. It's not possible.
to ordinary layman, it appears that well, if NFIU could step into such action, hopefully, it's very, very been assured of. Let's say there won't be any vote buying, there won't be any manipulation, or there won't be any form of election malpractices, like rightly said. But well, to my own best of knowledge, like you rightly said, NFI just made it. No, we didn't know how sure and how
Or how ready they
how
are.
ready they are to ensure that what they pronounce usually came to pass. But nevertheless, I could see Mahmoud Yakub also with his REC and INEC officials clamoring and agitating for free, fair, and credible
Credible
election
election.
as we approach 2023. But give and take, we have nothing less than 60 days to the election, and I strongly believe that Nigerians' eyes are open now. It's not the area of where we organize a half committee to and go with a one bag of rice at 10,000 naira,
5 kg
or
bag of
5 kg
rice.
of semo, and at the end of the day, we suffer in 4 years. Well, the ball is in your court. We are not here to complain or to mediate. We are just saying it the way it is as the media being a mouthpiece of the general public. Nevertheless, government at all level will all give your support to ensure, especially this government. And I also let me also reiterate saying Buhari is also doing his best to ensure that the government won't have a bad record because he has been saying it all before now through the media publicity as Garba
The
Shehu
garbage.
saying that 2023 general election will be handed over peacefully to whosoever party that won. Well, it's an open field, right? And nobody knows what's going to play out here. Everybody just been doing their manifesto, but well, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it
And
goes.
let's not forget that Nigeria is not like a piece of cake that everybody can just come and have a piece. You cannot have your cake. Some people say you cannot eat your cake and have it back, but you can have your cake and eat it. I feel like when we elect someone into the office, we should give them the benefit of doubt of time. Do not let us rush into activity. Let us not rush into thinking that money would just, come in circulation and everything is just going to work. It is still going to be a gradual process. Yes, we feel like we're not living fine the way we are supposed to live. That government that you actually want to elect, you don't know what it is coming with. What we all have to do in Nigeria right now is to come together as one and pray. I think the Holy Book says that where two or more are gathered, God is present. We need God's intervention right here in Nigeria so that we do not all just back our and say Nigeria.
And don't let us also
All
forget the
is
fact
coming to
that
pass.
our PBC now
Mm.
are key.
And we're also begging INEC to please help this is counts that a lot of people are queuing up because
Stranded.
the time I went to I think the INEC center somewhere around Obudu in Ojota, I heard some people say that the people that millions of people that came to register, they are the obedient people, they are the Labour Party people, that they are not going to give them EDCs
PBC.
until after the election. When you see something, you say something, but make sure that what you're saying is the fact. If these EDCs are ready, please make it available to the owners and let us use our hands,
to choose our right choice. Let's put it that way.
Tuwara, Tuwara Washington. Thank you so very much for being a part of the program this morning. I hope you had fun because I did. The one of contention that Nigeria is going to face another government in 2023. Just be patient, be calm, and then, of course, just pray along as activities and things move around. Do not forget that the federal government has, called for a public holiday for Monday and Tuesday to celebrate the Christmas Day, which falls on Sunday, the 25th of December, 2022. Whatever you do, do not forget to bring our chicken and our rice. You know where we are now. We are just right here at Ogi Kwan. You bring it to us. We're wishing you a lovely Christmas celebration and a happy new year. My name is Olayin for Latin Entertainment. Thank you for being a part of the show this morning.
And let me also join my colleague in saying a very big thank you to all our viewers, all our audience who has been following us, watching us all over the globe. Yes, don't forget, like I said, it's everybody's business. If you see something, don't be afraid. Report to the next police officer among your domain. Yes, till you come to your way next time, same station. So tomorrow, I'm saying, my name is Isaac Abayomi. From here, Newsbuster. And don't also forget, let's have your opinion, your observation, moving forward. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share. Let's have your view. Say bye bye.